A fisherman in Iceland ignored the warning. Never fish at night or the dead will find you. The sea was calm when he cast his net. But as he hauled it back, something heavy pulled against him. From the dark water, a pale hand grabbed the boat's edge. Then another. A corpse climbed aboard, skin bloated, eyes glowing blue, seaweed tangled in its jaw. The fisherman tried to push it back, but the drogger only grinned, water spilling from its mouth. By dawn, the boat washed ashore empty. Inside lay the fisherman's boots, and wet footprints leading away from the shore, vanishing into the hills. In a quiet Japanese town, a student walked home late at night. The streets were empty, the air cold. Suddenly, a woman in a surgical mask stepped out of the shadows. She asked softly, "Am I pretty?" The student nodded nervously. The woman pulled down her mask, her mouth stretched from ear to ear, carved into a bloody smile. "Even like this?" The student tried to run, but every corner, every street he turned, she was there, waiting, whispering the same question. By morning, his friends found his backpack in the road. His body was never found. But some nights, students swear they still hear a woman's voice in the alleys asking, "Am I pretty?" In a small town, parents warned their children, "Don't let your feet hang off the bed or La Mano Peluda will take you." One night, a boy laughed at the story. Lying in bed, he dangled his legs, whispering, "I'm not scared." Minutes later, he felt it, something cold brushing his ankle. He sat up fast, heart pounding, but the room was silent. He told himself it was just his imagination. Then, scratches. Slow, heavy scratches under the bed. He leaned over and pulled up the sheet. Two yellow eyes glared back at him. A giant hairy hand slithered out, fingers twisting like spiders. Before he could scream, it gripped his leg and yanked him down. His parents ran in at the sound of furniture crashing. But the bed was empty, no boy. Just deep claw marks on the wooden floor and a tuft of black hair, twitching as if it were alive. A traveler walked alone down a desert road at midnight. Behind him, hooves clattered against the stones. A tall rider in a black sombrero appeared, mounted on a dark horse. His face was hidden in shadow. The traveler asked, "Senor, where are you headed?" The charro's grin flashed white in the moonlight. He extended a gloved hand. A sack of gold coins dangled from it. "Take it," the rider whispered, "and your soul is mine." The traveler stepped back. The horse screamed like a dying man, flames bursting from its eyes. By morning, all that remained on the road was the sack of coins, dripping with fresh blood. In a small village, a farmer heard scratching at his door past midnight. He grabbed a machete and opened it. Nothing. Only paw prints in the dirt, too big for a dog. He followed them. They led to the edge of the cornfield, where a shadow moved on all fours, snarling. The farmer raised his blade, then froze. The beast stood up. It had the face of his own brother. Eyes glowing yellow, mouth dripping blood. The farmer dropped the machete. The creature whispered in a voice not human, "I'm hungry, and you're next." The sound of tearing flesh is all the villagers heard until dawn. On a lonely road in northern Mexico, a woman walked home at night. The wind was quiet until she heard the flap of huge wings above. She looked up. A massive owl with glowing red eyes stared down at her. Her grandmother's voice echoed in her head. "If you hear a woman crying at night, it's not a woman. It's La Lechuza." The owl shrieked, a sound like a human scream. The woman ran, but the shadow followed, wings stretching wider than the street. When she stumbled, she dared to glance back. The owl was gone. In its place stood a crooked old woman with feathers tangled in her hair, smiling with a hunger that promised she'd never make it home.
In the quiet mountains of Mexico, a boy walked home alone after sunset. Suddenly he heard a faint whistle, long and slow. Phew, phew. His abuelo once warned him, "If the whistle sounds far, the creature is near. If it sounds close, run because it's already behind you." The boy froze. The whistle seemed distant, echoing through the trees. He sighed with relief until he felt cold breath on his neck. Slowly, he turned, and there it was. El Silban, tall, skeletal, carrying a sack of bones, grinning as it reached for him. The screen fades to black, leaving only the whistle, "Foo!"